Alright folks, welcome back. In this video we're just going to chat real quick about basic HTML edits and CSS type stuff. So what is HTML and what is CSS? Basically HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language and CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets. These add form and function to what you're doing on your website. So the HTML will actually add the basically the function. This might be actually a bad way to describe it. Let me back up. So basically, let's say that you have a house or something and that you're building. Basically, the HTML is going to be the frame of the house, even like the basic putting up the wall, the sheetrock, and stuff like that. And then the CSS is going to be the paint that you're putting on, the different types of the shingles that you're picking out, the drapes, all of that. So the CSS is going to make the HTML look good, right? So I'll show you kind of where both of these things are located, and you can get in there and play around with a lot of this stuff. If you don't know HTML or CSS, that's okay. They're very friendly languages to learn, and I'll show you a great resource at the end of this video for learning these things. So we're in the familiar blog post or post title area here for editing your post, right? So this is one of the posts that we did with all of the the hipster Latin, and one of the things that we can do here, you might have noticed these two tabs, visual and text. Visual is going to give you a representation of what it's going to look like on your page as best as it can render it right here. And to really see what you're going to see on the page, you want to preview the changes, right? If you click on this text tab though, you can see that everything starts to go into this code and it looks kind of blocky and stuff like that. What this is HTML. This is the back end of what the browser is reading for your web post. So when it comes on, it's going to see this HTML command here, and then this is our text, right? This is all the Latin text that we put in there. So we can see right here that the span style, text align, justify, and then in where it closes that style, we can go back and see that it's this part right here. And we can also go back here and see strong style, text align. It's the same thing, but this part is just in bold, right? So we've got all this in bold. So just to kind of show you how this can work, let's see, messenger bag flannel. We'll just kind of go down here and where is it? Anyway, basically how HTML works, or part of it, is that you are wrapping text in style brackets. So you have here, for example, on our block quote, you have the block quote command, or the block quote brackets, and there's a bracket here, and there's a in bracket with this slash and then block quote. And then what that does is it puts this into block quotes. So let's say, for example, that we just want it bolded. We'll just put that and just put in the command for strong, and instead of it being a block quote, now it's bolded. So it's really nice, and you can basically go in there and edit things. So this is, again, HTML, and it's the function, right? So this area, what I've done is clicked on editor, and this brings up all of the CSS for the style sheet. Here is all of the CSS for your website. So this can be overwhelming just looking at it, but you'll see that it's got all the styling for H1, H2 tags, footer, header, all this stuff. So you can get in here and play around with this, but basically it shows you, what the border is going to be on your element, what the height is going to be, what the margins are going to be, and you can set these yourself, right? So this is where you edit the look and feel of your website, and the HTML is going to be where you edit basically the functionality ish. There's more to it than that, but it's basically the way to separate these things. So just give you a little preview here. We'll talk about Code Academy in a little bit, but it's basically a place where you can learn HTML and CSS for free. It's a really great resource. So I'll go into that a little bit later, but yeah, just want to introduce you to HTML and CSS. Let me know if you have any questions.